Go ahead and zoom in on Indiana to start off this particular map. And so we've got Indiana shown. This is going to be important for this particular map, as you'll see here in a minute. We're going to go get some data, search for layers. We're going to go through the ArcGIS Online and do tornado tracks. And that puts up lines all over our map. And so we'll probably have to go back to Indiana here. Yep, because it's Oklahoma's. Whoa. So we have our tornado tracks visible, and we want to, once again, we want to make sure all of Indiana is shown here. This is going to be important for this particular map. All right, now we're going to perform an analysis. So go ahead and click on the Analysis tab, then Analyze Patterns, Calculate Density, and you're probably going to leave everything else as is. It should be tornado tracks, no count field, tornado tracks density is the new layer name that we're going to be creating. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating a map that takes all these lines, and so it looks at them as far as their number, where they are, and then what it does is it tries to then create an isoline map that tries to show, okay, where should we expect, or where have we seen historically in Indiana the most likelihood for tornadoes. For example, you can see a lot through here, a lot over here, but not as much over here in this particular area. So we should be able to see that if we create an isoline map that shows the density of that. For this particular map, it's important to leave this checked. Use current map extent. What that means is it's going to run this density for all of what we see here. It's going to make it a little bit quicker. As you'll see, I'm going to click on the run analysis, and it's going to take about 2 minutes for this to perform. That took about 2.5 minutes for me. So now what it's done is it's created this map here. This is the isoline map, and this shows density. And so darker purples is higher intensity, higher likelihood, whereas white areas are less intensity, less likelihood historically. All right, so let's go ahead and remove tornado tracks by unchecking it. We don't need it anymore because that kind of now we can kind of have a better idea. So essentially what we did was we took all those lines and we have now since created these circles that show different amounts of intensity, higher intensity there. Looks like just east of Indianapolis. Next up, let's go ahead and add another layer. And this is something we've already done beforehand in first time. So if you've done this one beforehand, you can go ahead and kind of skip it, but we're going to create a county map of Indiana. So search for layers, go back to ArcGIS Online, counties, click that first one, add to map, but we're going to change some things with that. So we're going to go back to that layer, hit the arrow back button. On the USA counties, we're going to first off choose just the ones in Indiana. So we do that by going down to this drop down, come down to state name, and you have to make sure you spell it perfectly. Indiana, no other space, just leave it as is, apply filter, and then go to the counties, and we're going to now make them hollow by clicking on there and then going to symbols and then making sure fill is there, and then choose this red bar, no color, click on OK, click on OK, click on done. And now we have a map, and so we can kind of zoom in. We can start identifying counties in which they have higher frequencies of tornadoes versus other ones. All right, so we'll go ahead and save this map. Save it as tornado density in Indiana, G327, and save the map. And what you'll do is then finally you'll share it. So make sure that both of these are checked. All you have to do for this particular map is just copy and paste that in to the assignment page.